defending the free market, and making the moral case for capitalism. The Justin Moore Show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Justin Moore Show, where we make sense of what's going on in this crazy, insane, out of control world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm coming to you just a little bit late. Sorry, everything's going crazy around here. It's almost July already. Can you guys believe it? I can't believe how fast time is flying. It's, July 18th? No, July 19th is the first day of Freedom Fest. So for those of you out there who plan on going to Freedom Fest, or you're thinking about it like, I don't know if I should go. Guys, I'm telling you, it is such a blast. If you're taking in a podcast like this one, where you want to get as much information as you can, you want to understand everything that's going on out there, you kind of come from things from the libertarian point of view, even if you don't, even if you're more conservative, which is where I kind of came from, and I've slowly moved on over to libertarianism. Wherever you're at, there's just so much good information. And if you like to read books, I'm telling you, there's so many people that are at that conference that and people, guests I've had on this show, are there at Freedom Fest. They're on panels. They're giving speeches, whatever. And it is just so much fun. And so, guys, please, and if you donate to my PayPal account, if you donate over $50, I send you my bonus episodes. And I will tell you where I'm going to be staying, where you can get really good deals on rooms compared to if you want to stay at Paris, I think at Freedom Fest, they kind of have a block of rooms for people who are with the conference. You get a discounted rate. Usually that rate's, I don't know, it's probably around $130 a night, which I can help you guys out where you'll save significantly more than what that is. Paris Hotel, sure, it's nice staying in a room that's at the venue, where the conference is at. But, it's all up to you. If you could save a couple $100 just being, say, 15 minutes away, would you do it? For some people, yes, they would. For others, they wouldn't. Because, if you're just, that's kind of what I do when I'm at Freedom Fest. During the day, I'm going to classes there, and then at night, actually, like this year, I plan on, I'm going to go play some blackjack, and I'll do some karaoke. There's this new spot I go to that is awesome. And actually, guys, I haven't mentioned this yet. When the last time I was at Vegas, I sang karaoke at this place called Ellis Island, and I Facebook Lived it. That's the first time I've ever done the Facebook Live thing, and I was dressed as John Lennon. I had the wig on. I was dressed in the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band outfit. So I'm all green. I've got the little round glasses, and I'm singing Imagine. So if you guys want to check that out on my Facebook, maybe I'll see if I can get that out on Twitter, or maybe eventually here, maybe what I'll do, one of my episodes here at the end, I can just play the audio so you guys can see, I wonder how he sings, or, this and that. But yeah, Imagine, that's a pretty easy song to sing. But yeah, for those of you who are interested, just go check that out, and it's all there. So guys, please join me at Freedom Fest. You will not be disappointed. This, I promise you. Now, there's just so much going on out there. With Trump, it's just endless news all the time. All the stuff that Trump was doing prior to becoming president, and, he still does all the same stuff, and he's always tweeting stuff out. He's always tweaking the media, It's unbelievable. You can't keep up with half the stuff that's going on. There's just so much. But one thing I really want to focus on today's show, I've dedicated several episodes to this. Well, for sure, probably two. One, I just specifically talked all about the minimum wage. But here we are. And this was all foreseen. I mentioned it on the show, how it's going to be a disaster when Seattle's city council said they were going to raise the minimum wage there to $15 an hour. And latest research out is saying, it's not working out so well for the people there in Seattle on the lower end of the spectrum. The people who are there trying to help with the minimum wage, so people can have a livable wage. Those are the people that are getting destroyed. And that is the story with government intervention in the economy in general. It happens every time. But people do not learn, and it's like we just like being abused. I guess what's coming to mind right now, it's like the 50 Shades of Grey, people that are in that sort of thing, like you like to be punished. And that's, I don't know, maybe that's maybe there's a term for that. People who like being punished in the way of government destroying their lives by intervening in the economy and making it so it's harder to achieve what you want in life. That is what we've been doing for decades and decades. As government continues to grow, it continues to hurt the little guy. And you know who benefits the most from the system today? It's the rich, it's the wealthy, it's the people who have means. Those are the ones who can protect themselves from this government intervention. And actually here, in regards to this Seattle $15 minimum wage, I found a good piece here from Forbes. This is by, oh man, I'm totally going to butcher this guy's name. Panos Mordukotas. Now, I'm pretty sure, looking at that name, he has to be Greek. I would bet money on it. It looks like such a Greek name. But anyway, here he starts off. I'm only reading, just one paragraph from his piece here. But it's well done. He says, a minimum wage hike back in 2016 in Seattle resulted in lower, not higher pay for low-wage earners, revealing the ugly truth of the $15 minimum wage movement. A living wage isn't an entitlement. It must be earned by delivering value to the consumer. That's the key finding of a recently released study by a team of economists at the University of Washington. Quote, using a variety of methods to analyze employment in all sectors paying below a specified real hourly rate, we conclude that the second wage increase to $13 reduced hours worked in low-wage jobs by around 9%. While hourly wages in such jobs increased by around 3%, writes the authors of the study. Consequently, total payroll fell for such jobs, implying that the minimum wage ordinance lowered low-wage employees' earnings by an average of $125 per month in 2016. Evidence attributes most modest effects to the first wage increase. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, this, for all the listeners out there who are listening to this, you guys are not surprised by any of this. This is all things I've talked about on the show and how the minimum wage destroys these people. And what it just said at the very end of that paragraph, where this new ordinance, by implementing this $15 minimum wage, which it is still not there yet. Right now, they're just talking about when the minimum wage went to $13 an hour, how destructive that's been. And now it's reduced earnings to low-wage employees by an average of $125 per month. So if you take $105 per month times 12 months, which is, you're looking at the low-wage employee is now making $1,500 less per year. So what did I just talk about a few episodes ago? Pointing out how a vast majority of the population out there, they don't have more than $1,000 to cover emergency expenses. Well, now here's this poor schlub, this guy making minimum wage in Seattle, thanks to this new ordinance where they're trying to help the poor. Yes, we got to raise so you have a living wage. Well, now their wages have gone down by about $1,500 a year. So these people who didn't have money anyway, they have $1,500 less. So this is just yet another example of how government intervention in the economy, and here it is, the city council in Seattle, how they're destroying low-wage workers' prospects, where they're making $1,500 less in 1 year. Because, well, we got to help these guys. And here, just to continue on with this, with just a little bit more facts from USA Today. And right here, in 2014, Seattle City Council voted to incrementally raise the minimum wage to $15 per hour. The minimum wage increased from $9.45 to $11 per hour in 2015, and it went to $13 in 2016, according to the report. Under the law, businesses must raise the minimum wage to $15 for all workers by 2021. And then they have a quote here, which is kind of funny, from the mayor of Seattle, Ed Murray. And he said, he stands behind the $15 minimum wage law, Reuters reported. And this is the mayor continuing to talk right here. This quote, Raising the minimum wage helps ensure more people who live and work in Seattle can share in our city's success and helps fight income inequality, Murray said in a statement in response to the study. So, you got facts out there that, the new ordinance is kind of destroying the lives of these low-wage workers, these guys and girls out there making minimum wage. But here's the mayor out there saying, oh no, hey, we want people to share in the success of the city, okay? So we're gonna raise the minimum wage. So now these people are making $1,500 less per year because they're clocking in fewer hours. There's less jobs out there because now the average business, you have to think about it from the business's perspective. Employees are a cost. And so when your cost goes up too much and you don't have the skills, you're not going to get hired. But say you've been working in fast food all your life, you've been bouncing around from Burger King to McDonald's to Wendy's. It's like, man, this guy's really got a resume. This guy's worked them all. He knows what to do. He knows how to man a grill. So maybe that guy, he will be able to get that job. But the poor schlub who's, he's still in high school. He's out for a few months during the summertime. And he wants to make some extra cash, so he can have some money during the school year. Maybe he wants to buy a gaming system or, scooter, or I don't know, whatever kids buy these days. But now that poor kid that's in high school who wants to try to get his first job, who wants to kind of get experience, who wants to have a job where, wow, I can't sleep until noon every day. I got to wake up. I got to get to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. But no, that kid's not gaining that experience because the brilliant people on the city council in Seattle have decided that we got to have a livable wage. And these poor schlubs make a minimum wage, they can't make it. So if we just raise the wage, we can increase prosperity in our society, in our city. And that's why that quote from the mayor is so silly. How raising the minimum wage will help share in the city's success. No, you're not, because that kid isn't getting that first job. People are paid what they're worth in the workforce. That's why you don't need a minimum wage at all. People with more experience who can work, who are very, very productive at what they do, they get paid more than someone who's not. But when you have no skills, you've got to start somewhere. And for a lot of people, their first job is working fast food. I mean, I guess I can't relate to that because I didn't work fast food. I've worked for my dad, on the farm, that sort of thing. I did work on a golf course one summer, just right when I got out of high school. Just to try something different and, work for someone who's not my parents, because I wanted that experience. And now here I am working for United part-time at the airport. And, how did I get that job? Well, I guess it partly helps that, working on a farm, a lot of these people these employers, they're like, oh man, okay, he's worked on a farm. Man, he knows how to work, this and that. So there's different things that employers look at to decide if someone is worth hiring. And kind of, even though they don't really know the person, try to get a feel for them based on their past experience. Oh yeah, this guy, he's done construction. Oh man, yeah, he knows how to work hard. He knows how to deal in the heat. Those sort of things. But if you don't have a resume with nothing on it, you've got to start somewhere. And you're not going to get paid that much because you're not worth crap. You don't know anything. Even though a lot of kids in high school, they think they know everything. They're smarter than their parents. Their parents are the stupid ones. They have it all figured out. But no, those little guys and girls, they don't know anything. You don't realize what you don't know. And that's what's so silly about this minimum wage too. The people who are making the minimum wage, for the vast majority of the cases, like 96% of them, they're kids that they're still living with mommy and daddy. They're still in high school. They're very young. They're not the sole breadwinner in their household. So it's okay. They can work a lower wage job and they'll still be okay. They're not paying rent for the vast majority of these people. If you're 50 some years old and you're still working at a McDonald's and you've been there for 30 some years, well, what the hell have you been doing? Why haven't you tried to, gain any other skills? What are you doing? That's what's so interesting with most people in general. I guess it's, I don't want to, I mean, if you find something that you love to do and you enjoy doing it and you're happy with the pay, then okay, that's great. So I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying some people in general, like they think they want to do more, but besides doing their 9 to 5 job, they're just okay on the weekends. They're going boating, they're going out, getting drunk and wasted, whatever. But they're kind of depressed. They want to be able to do more. It's like, well, then with your free time, maybe you should kind of devote more to gaining more skills. There's so many ways of the internet today where you can gain skills without being hired. And that's part of the reason why I started this podcast, because I knew I could gain skills. Okay, yeah, sure, I'm not making money doing it, but I'm gaining skills in the process, and that has made it worth it for me to do this show. I plan on getting to a level, and I'm not really sure eventually where I'm going to end up, but I just know if you can just improve on a bunch of other little skills, and this is what I found out that's so amazing, is so many things that when you get good at one thing, you start getting better at another thing, and they all kind of start coming together where you could do some things in the future that will be amazing that you never thought you could do before. I mean, just for instance, like when I sing karaoke, I started out subpar. I wasn't very good. I was below average. Now I'm an above average karaoke singer. It's because, process of doing it, practicing it, and it's amazing to me how my range, and with the average person, they go out and they sing. Their range is very limited. It's kind of monotone. You'll hear a lot of these people, they'll stick to Johnny Cash, country songs where it is a pretty monotone songs. They're easy to sing. But then you start getting better, your range increases, and I can sing songs I never dreamed I could sing before. And I can hit notes I never thought I could hit before. And it's all processed. And also, you're singing karaoke. What else are you doing? You're performing. You're performing in front of an audience, trying to relate to an audience. How many other things can that help you on? It's instead of like giving a speech in front of a crowd, okay, sure, you're not delivering a speech, but you're delivering a message through a song. And it's amazing how you can connect through people, say through music. And just that too. The ability to connect with people. All of these skills can be used in so many different areas in life. So it's just find your passions in life and keep pursuing them. And there's some people out there that say, focus on one thing until you get really good at that, whatever. I don't know. For me, I just know it's not true for me. My interests change. And so I start focusing more effort on one thing compared to the other, but I still want to pursue the other thing. But I just know these little skills, they're all building up together, and you kind of need to bounce from one to the next. And then eventually you can do something great once you get to that level. I don't know. I'm not really saying that in the best way. I don't know how to say it right now, okay? I'm just kind of thinking this through in my head right now. I think, and I don't know. I just like when I see some books, it's like, okay, for right now, no, this book's kind of boring me. I'll finish it at some point, but I got to bounce around to another one, or this is important for me to know this at this point, so I got to read this one, so I got to put this one ahead of this one, and so I'm reading multiple books at a time, that sort of thing. I don't know. That's just kind of how I operate. Maybe I think I always had ADHD. I just never was diagnosed, so I'm always just bouncing around doing stuff. But here we are with the minimum wage, kind of getting back to the article here, or a few articles I referred to today. And we have Seattle with the $15 minimum wage, where it's these well-intentioned politicians, some of them purposely want to be destructive. But here they are raising minimum wage, trying to help the poor, trying to help low-wage, low-skilled workers. And they're actually hurting them. They're hurting these people from getting their second job. These poor little kids that are still in high school just want some extra cash, extra spending cash. And now they can't get it. They can't even get a job in the first place. And then we see now, and as I've talked to you guys about this before, how when I was in Berlin, Germany in 2013, I ordered from a McDonald's from a little kiosk thing in the store. I never talked to anybody. Then once they called my number up, I just went and grabbed my food, and I was on my way. So you guys want to keep raising the minimum wage? Guess what? These low-skilled worker jobs, they're going to go to robots. But that's the important thing, too, that we always, regardless of how bad the politicians make things out there for us, we have so many tools that we can use to improve ourselves, that we don't let them get in your way. Don't let these politicians destroy your life. Just like with me, I've made the decision. I know the politicians are going to destroy the currency, and I'm not going to go down with the ship. So I've invested accordingly, so I won't go down when the currency collapses or significantly collapses in value, or most of the people's savings are wiped out, because I don't trust these people. And so I trust something that they can't print, like gold, like silver. So that's what I've done. There's all these different things you can do in your own life. And yeah, improving skills, engaging in different activities. And if there are activities, and that's kind of what the thing is with me, as long as it's something I'm really passionate in and I can gain skills from it, you're going to increase and improve on something much faster than, say, someone who just does it and they're just kind of half-assing it, So that's also a part of it too. So if I'm not feeling something all the way, it's like, okay, I can't put this up really high on my priority list. I got to put other things before that. And then maybe I'll bounce back to that. I don't know. So I'm just all over the place, but I'm trying to improve in so many areas all at the same time. And, look, 29 years old now. Heck, I'm almost pushing 30. I can't believe that. And there's just so much to learn in life, so many skills to gain. And I don't know. I mean, you guys kind of get a interesting tone with me where I'm pointing out, hey, look, things are bad out there, but I'm still optimistic. There's still things you can do so you can make your situation as good as possible. And that's what I'm trying to do. And actually, I'm hoping to have that bonus episode out where I'm talking about, I'm doing the update on Vegas, credit cards you can use. I'm talking about a bunch of different things. Hope to have that out right before the 4th of July. So for those of you who have donated over $50 to my show, or you've signed up for Tom Wood's Liberty Classroom through the link on my page, you guys are going to get this updated information. And it's literally the $50 you donate to me, you're easily going to get that back in value from what I do and just in this updated bonus episode. And so for those of you guys who do that, just go to my website. Go to justinmorshow.com, more spelled, MOHR. So if you donate to my show, join Tom Wood's Liberty Classroom. And you're also, if you join Tom Wood's Liberty Classroom, you guys will also be in the drawing for the silver coin. So that will be coming up here probably just before the Contra Cruise here when we take off for that. So for those of you who do that, please, and just go to my website. You can just click on the links there, or just, or if you don't really have $50 right now because you had a minimum wage job and now it's gone because of people thinking you need a livable wage of $15 an hour, and you're just trying to get out in the workforce, I'm sorry guys, it's okay. You can help me out still by just going and clicking on the little Amazon widget there on my website, and I get a small commission back on every goods and all the goods you buy. And it doesn't cost you anything extra. It's just a great way to help me out here at the show. So guys, I thank you so much for being here. I hope to have some interviews when I go to Freedom Fest. So I'm going to have, because I haven't done interviews on the show in a long time. I've had issues. I haven't even had time to work on trying to fix my Skype because I can't really do interviews right now, and I haven't had time to set up interviews anyway. So I hope I can just get some at Freedom Fest, and I have a little mic set up with my phone. I'm going to do that. So guys, I'm going to keep you loaded. Don't you worry. And I will talk with all you guys next week, and I'm looking forward to it. This is Justin Moore, signing off.